What has been the trend of film distribution in Ghana? What's been done wrong, and what do you think needs to be done?
Yeah, I feel like Ghana specifically is transitioning because I remember I was born in Ghana. I lived in Ghana for some time, and then I moved to the US. And I remember like my parents will buy DVDs of like the latest films in Ghana and send it over to us because that's what we wanted to see. And I feel like Ghana is in a transition where those DVDs are still in the market, but they're not as patronized. Cinema is also not very well marketed. So it's kind of in a transition of should we go to streaming or should we stick to DVDs? It's a really tricky space. I just feel like Ghana cinema in general needs to focus more on creating quality content and not worry about distribution so much, because most of our distribution anyways is in Ghana. And I think that's the biggest problem. Our content needs to be in India. Our content needs to be in other parts of Asia and in Brazil. And we can't distribute further if we don't have great content. So although it's in a transition of, okay, do we still make more DVDs as a production company? Are we choosing to invest our distribution through DVDs, or are we choosing to invest in maybe going to a Netflix or going to a Kumba? I think all of that is irrelevant if there isn't great content that anyone in the world wants to watch. So I think that's the first problem with the distribution. It has nothing to do with distribution. The first biggest problem in distribution is the creative side. We need better and more quality work. And that's, I mean, not just Ghana. I feel like a lot of African countries can like take on that as well. But since you mentioned Ghana, I think that's also one of the issues here. Yeah.
Does short films have a space in the online streaming platforms?
Yeah, I feel like short films do have a place in digital marketing, or even just showing who you are as a creative. I feel like short films are the best way to introduce yourself through film festivals. And then from there, you can use whatever hype that you get to produce a feature film. I did a short film. I have never done a feature before. Even though I wrote and produced, I've always worked on shorts. And I feel like shorts are more intimate, although the wordings and the process is shorter, the cast is usually smaller. You do learn a lot from that intimate space. And being able to execute something that is small very well teaches you how to execute on a larger scale versus just doing a feature film for the first time and then saying, oh, I should have spent more time doing this or that. So I think from the creative aspect, shorts really are beneficial to start with. And also in the marketing space, I feel like it markets who you are as a creative. And I feel like short films should be focused on being free on YouTube or going to film festivals, because that way you can build an audience on your. Should we go to streaming or should we stick to DVDs? Something bigger.
Have you seen a feature film that you thought could have made more impact as a short film?
Yeah. I actually was at the Pan-African Film Festival, I think 2015, and it's the largest African-based film festival in the United States. I don't want to say the world because I think it's not the world, but it's held in LA every year. And I saw this film. It wasn't an African film, by the way. It was action-based. There was a lot of action in it. And I felt it was an interesting story. It just wasn't crafted very well as a feature. So I was thinking like all of the excitement that came with the action could have fit in a short frame, like maybe 25 minutes, and be more impactful than it was. I think it was like 90 minutes long or something like that. Yeah, the acting was good. Everything was good. I think it was the filmmaker's first film too, now that I think about it. So there was a lot of mistakes that were made as far as it being a feature, but I think it would have done so well if it was a short film. Yeah.